this collection framework. Why should we need this? So first of all, we have to go through the definition of array. You know the definition for array. An array consists of elements of similar type of elements. So there are a couple of disadvantages with arrays. Number one is arrays can accommodate similar type of elements. Of course, in C++ and C language, C and C++, we are having structures to overcome this problem. But there is another problem, that is size. Size of array is fixed, size of an array is fixed. That's why in C language itself, there is a feature called as dynamic memory allocation. You might have heard about uh, dynamic memory allocation functions in C language, so like malloc, calloc, realloc, free. Yes, it is a solution to array because size of an array is fixed. To solve that, we are having dynamic memory allocations in C language. Malloc, calloc, free, and realloc functions are there. Malloc and calloc are used for allocating some space for the array, whereas free is used to what you call release the memory, and realloc is used for reassigning at execution time. You can increase the size of the array. That facility is also there, but still it is not enough. It is not that much good. And of course, here arrays can accommodate similar type of elements. That is another problem. And other than these two problems, there is one more problem in Java we will talk now. In C, C++, Java, these are common minus points. But in Java, additionally, there is one more disadvantage with arrays. That is there is not even a single method present in arrays. Is it not? We have discussed arrays way back a couple of months before. We discussed arrays in Java. Is there any method I used? You recollect? You can recollect in your notes also. Once the class is over, you can recollect your notes. There is not even a single predefined method, right? To make use of that. Just like println or print, or so many methods we use in like in strings there are so many methods. We are having n number of methods in strings, two uppercase, two lowercase, reverse, that and this, so many are there. But in arrays there is no predefined method. Arrays doesn't have predefined methods. These are the main problems with arrays. To overcome that, so we'll make a heading like disadvantages of arrays. So to overcome this, we are having a concept called as collection framework. So that is why we are having this concept. We can overcome these problems using collection frameworks. Means there are n number of predefined methods. You can take variable size, and then you can accommodate the similar type of elements. Everything is allowed. That is a simple solution. Now we should know what is a collection framework, or what is a collection object. First of all, you should know collection class and collection object. You have to define, then you can understand collection framework. For that you need one diagram. Let me add one diagram immediately. Understand? If you see the diagram, you can easily define what a collection framework is. Let me go with so actually collection object means it is just like a container object. In data structures, so you might have came across container object. Of course, in C++, you are not having DS, I think. Okay, so it is an object that stores a group of other objects. That is the meaning of that. I will draw one diagram, then you can easily define that. First, you should know what is collection object and then collection class, and then we define collection framework. See, what I'm doing is, let me draw one circle or something like that. So here is one circle like this. Inside that, let me put some small circles like this. These are all called as objects. Okay, these are all objects. Small circles can be called as objects. Let us assume these are all objects like this. These are all small objects, right? So let me define. So these are all objects. You can call them as objects simply. And several objects put together can be called as collection object. That is a simple definition. Several objects put together can form a collection object. Several objects put together. Collection. That is a definition. And once you define collection object, you can also define collection class. Is it not? So what is a collection class? It can be called as a container class. Collection object can be called as container object, and a collection class can be called as container class. And what is a collection class? It is a container class whose object stores a group of other objects. Because whenever we say class, it will be having some object, is it not? So whenever we call a class, obviously there will be some objects for that. So it's a container class, is a container class, just like bucket that consists of so many other things, is a container class whose object consists of, or whose object stores a group of other objects. Object stores a group of other objects, just derived from collection object only. So whenever we say class, obviously object will be there, and the object will, several objects put together, this is very simple, several objects put together will form a collection object. And now what is collection framework? That is also simple. Let me draw one diagram. Collection framework is nothing but same diagram again I can draw like this. No, can I copy this like this? I don't think so. It may happen. Let me do another, and I can name this big circle as a collection object, right? Because it consists of this big circle can be called as collection object. That is the collection, right? And these are small objects put together will make a collection object. And internally collection class definition also is internally embedded in that, like whenever we call a class, obviously object will be there. Again, we have to talk that in terms of object. And now this is another collection object similar to this is another collection object. Because why I'm drawing another collection object, I will explain. Because we want to define collection framework this time. See, we want a much bigger one, not a small object, not a collection object, more than that we want. So this is another collection object, right? This is yet another collection object. Otherwise I can direct this arrow mark to this point. This can be also called as collection object. Two collection objects are there like this, multiple collection objects can be there. Okay, and these are all objects simply, this is also an object, right? This is an object. Internally they are all objects. So And this is another. So a couple of collection objects are there. If you put all of them together, if you talk considering all of these collection objects together, it is called as collection. It is not possible to draw like this. It is called as collection framework as a whole. This is all called as collection framework. First I have to draw a rectangle, then it will be easier. Okay, anyways, you understood, right? So this box, this is a collection framework altogether. Several collection objects put together will form a collection framework. So what is a collection framework? Several collection objects put together form a collection framework. That's why I have drawn diagrams to make you understand forever. So several collection objects. First we started from objects. Several objects put together will form a collection object, and several collection objects put together will form a collection framework. That's it. As simple as it is. Then what we are going to learn inside this concept, right? And moreover, there are so many predefined methods, classes, interfaces, and all of them belong to an inter what you call package, a package called as util package. Interfaces, classes, methods, they all belong to collection. Of course, I used the word collection class. Why should I write all this? I need not write, right? The collection classes are present in, yes, that is better. The collection classes belong to which package? The name itself is telling collection class, right? Collection classes belong to util package, right? Util, you need to import that. Another new package we are getting today, that is import package. It can handle group of objects. If you take if you can import util package, then it will be having so many collection classes you are importing from the library that can handle group of objects. So collection framework, if you want to implement, you have to utilize, you have to import util package for that matter. Okay. If you want to utilize the collection framework, obviously you have to import util package. In large sense, if you speak of collection framework, it is a collection of collection classes or collection objects. And if you want to use collection framework, you have to import util package. Right. So what are the topics which we are going to learn in that? And one important thing I will tell you, because somewhere in the program I will highlight that, immediately you should catch that point. So collection classes or collect any program, if you are doing in collection framework as a whole, I can say collection framework does not allow does not allow primitive data type. Very important interview question. Collection framework does not allow primitive data types. Data types. What are primitive data types? You know, int, float, char, double, byte, long. They won't accept. It won't accept primitive data types. It can only accept advanced type of data. Okay, but can accept only advanced type of data. Only advanced type of advanced type of data means you are having wrapper classes. So when you are not allowed to use int, why not I can go with integer in place of int? Yes, I can go with integer because integer is a wrapper class, but int is not allowed. Is not. So this is allowed. I can tell you like this. I can write like this. Not allowed because it is primitive type of data. Allowed. The second one is allowed. This is important. In case somebody may ask you, may pose a tricky question. Somewhere injecting primitive types of data. Is this, will this works? you had to identify, oh, primitive types you have considered, it will not a collection framework doesn't allow primitive types of data. I have to answer like this, like that. uh, this is allowed. So, right. And now we will see what exactly are present in collection framework, what kind of concepts are present. We can divide this into a couple of groups like sets and lists. Okay, sets and lists are there. So what are there in sets, what are there in lists, we will see. And what is a set, what is a list, we will see. Sets, we have discussed about, one is sets, the other one is lists, and of course another one is also there, that is maps. Into three groups you can divide: sets, lists, and maps. What are sets? First of all, it represents a group of elements. Simple job. Just like in mathematics, a set consists of group of, that's it, nothing great. And some predefined methods will be also there in that. For example, we will give some examples here, like hash set is there, H capital, S capital, predefined class, and then linked hash set is also there. Slight differences are there between them. Linked hash set, all letters, all words should start with a capital letter. And then tree set is also there. Set, slight difference in the way we display, and some methods, almost all similar methods will be there, but output wise some differences will be there. I will discuss about that soon. And then lists, talking about lists, same definition, it all just like set it is also, but one difference is there, that is an interview question I will discuss. It is also group of elements, and a couple of examples I will give. We will do programs also on that. Linked list, linked list, and then some methods will vary among themselves. Array list, array list, array list, and then vector. These are coming under lists. And maps is the other one. Maps means we have to discuss about key value pairs. It decides about it, talks about key value pairs. What is that key value pair? I will discuss soon. And a couple of examples for that also. One is hash table. T small letter here. You have to remember that. Many times I forget, and even in the last batch also I forgot, and I have written capital T. Very few methods, few classes are there like that. Just like methods, sometimes classes also second word may start with small letter. Sometimes I lose that from my memory. Hash table and hash map, the other one, both capital letters. Hash map. So these are a couple of maps present. Okay. So these are, so you can count number of applications. Of course, instead of taking three, I will take only one here. And here I will discuss all the three classes, because if I discuss one of these classes in sets, remaining also almost all similar. Little variation. What is that variation? I will discuss. And then lists and maps, every with every class I will go with one program. So 3 plus 2 5 plus 1 6 minimum programs. Other than that, string tokenizer is there, we will discuss. Calendar is there, we can discuss on that as well. So these are the things present in that. And straight away there is one interview question, that is what is the difference between set and a list? Set versus list, what is the difference? That is an important interview question. Set versus list, what are the differences? Both are similar in fact, with one difference, that is sets does not allow duplicate values. Okay, sets does not allow duplicate values, whereas list can allow duplicate values. That is the difference. Set can allow, what is duplicate I will discuss through program. Set cannot allow, sorry, set cannot allow duplicate values. If you take elements like apple, banana, grapes, orange, then again if you take apple, it won't allow set. Of course program will work, but you will get only one time. Even if you take 100 times, it will display for only one time. That is the problem with set. Means duplicates are not. For example, see, sometimes in real time IDs are there, your roll numbers are there in your college, so there is no duplicate roll number, right? If a roll number is one, only one unique number will be there. Second person will not be bearing the same number. In such cases you can make use of set, but sometimes it is required to have some duplicate elements also. Repetition maybe, well, like names, IDs should be set, but if you take names, names can be repeated in the class. There can be duplicate names, right? Like that. Set cannot allow duplicate values, whereas list allows duplicate values. List allows duplicate values. That is the difference. Later they will ask you, as collection framework is concerned, this one and the other one I told now, that is also very important. This point is very important. Underrated, but it is top class question. Hidden question, like many people neglect, but it is very important, especially beginners. With experience, everybody will gain, of course. So these are the programs which we have to discuss. And then of course the string tokenizer also we have to discuss. First I will start with the string tokenizer. Other than this, some other applications are there, like a string tokenizer. You should be careful with spelling. Tokenizer. We'll see the program anyways. So we have to know what is string tokenizer. It is nothing but just chopping a string into small parts, small pieces called tokens. Breaking, chopping means breaking. Chopping a string into small pieces. Wherever you want, you can slice them. Slice, just like slicing an apple or bread slices. In a similar way, you can chop a string into small pieces. That is possible through string, and these pieces can be called as tokens. Small pieces called as tokens. That is the word came from. Okay, how to cut and all these things we will see. You can specify, for example, a big sentence is there, like set cannot allow duplicate values. If I put a comma here, so wherever comma is there, I just want to separate that string. Means I can divide this into two parts. This is one and the other one is another one. You can take any operator into consideration: dot, comma, hyphen, single quote, anything, any symbol you can take into consideration. We will do a program on that. So this is one thing which we should know. So this is all the theory about. So this is the time we have to move to programs immediately. The program section. So first we start with the string tokenizer. Yeah, string tokenizer demo, easiest one. We'll start. So import java.util, as you know, because in each and every program there is one common practice. Very easy to remember that one. Just a minute, I will bring this one also into this. I forgot copying this batch file. Right. So in every program, the first step is going to be creating object to collection class. Okay, that is a simple job which you can remember in almost all every program. First, create object to collection class. So I want to discuss about string tokenizer. It also belongs to collection. It is also a collection class. It belongs to collection framework. That's why we utilized util package at the top. We imported util package and some class name I have given, and then inside main method. First job is, of course, here I have created a string, not an issue. String I have initialized, nothing great in that. And then the very next job, of course, you can write this also first, but before that, you need to take a string. That's why I have taken a string here. But normally, in the beginning statement itself, we have to create an object to collection class. So what is the collection class which we are discussing right now? It is a string tokenizer. Tokens means small pieces you want to make a string into. So whenever you create an object to string tokenizer class, a parameterized constructor will be invoked. Can you understand? See, I told you before also, whenever you create object, and old story only this is, that is parameterized constructor will be invoked. So you can assume things like this: string, so it's a predefined class. We cannot write that, it is predefined. And inside that, there is a constructor, the two parameterized, is it not? Parameterizer constructor will be there. And what is the parameter? It should be string, because you can see here you are passing couple of strings here, is it not? So one is a string str, and the other one can be also a string s otherwise, okay, like that. So inside that, some code will be there that will chop, we need not do anything, directly just to create object to. So whenever, for a predefined class, not only collection framework, even in threads also, I told you, thread is a predefined class. We created object so many times, even in exception handling also, anywhere. So whenever you create an object, a parameterized constructor will be invoked, or a default constructor will be invoked. I mean, if there is no parameter, you can call it as constructor without arguments, that will be invoked. If arguments are there, that will be invoked. Very simple. And what is our job is simple, that's what I'm saying. So our job is to create an object to string tokenizer class, just create object to that, and rest of the things just leave to JavaSoft people, because they have done that. They have done this code. We don't know the code inside. So whatever arguments we pass, that is important. It will be straight away pushed into the constructor, the parameterized constructor, and internally it will chop. Chopping job will be done. We cannot see that. So criteria we have to give. Here I have given criteria as single quote. I have given some string here. Only one time single quote is there. So I is separated from remaining part of the statement, remaining part of the string. So this is separated from I. Okay, because criteria is single quote. Got it? And pass the other argument as the string which you have initialized, str. And then very simple, the tokens are while loop I have drawn. You have to remember this method has more tokens, is a method that points to empty one, not the first one. Empty one it will point. After that, if any token is there, it won't miss. Just like if you are sitting in your places in your class, so it will point to the empty position. After that, so if some students are there, it will get inside. Here also, if some strings are there, if some tokens are there, pieces are there, it will get inside. So that next token, the first token, it will display. Then control transfers to next token. That is, second token is MLER, that one will be also displayed. After that, no more tokens, it will come out of the while loop. So that is how it will be executed. Let us run this. If you have any doubts, ask me. So we'll get I separated, and the remaining portion separated. Couple of strings will get. Got it. Oh, what we got? I am learning Java. Words we got. Why? Because I did not observe that point. See here, what I have given. Some space also I have given. Can you see here some space? Yes. Got it? Now see. Now see. That is slight thing which we did not, minor thing which we did not observe, but it is there. Now see the difference. Got it? I is one piece, one what you call one slice, one token, and M learning Java is at another token. But if I give space, space will be also considered. And see, single quote is considered, space is also considered. Okay, let it be. I'll give space. It's good enough. Two things I'm giving here. Multiple things you can give like that. Okay. And retrieve, for retrieving the pieces, you have to apply while loop. And inside while loop, couple of methods you have to remember. What is STK? String tokenizer object. STK dot has more tokens. Has more tokens is a non-static method. If you want to invoke that, you need string tokenizer object. That's what STK. And then inside, if you want to display, you need next token method. Here has more tokens. You have to remember this and this. Here next token. Any doubts? Very simple one. Understood this one? Very simple. Initially, I have taken a string. Then we invoked a parameterized constructor by passing arguments. And then simple while loop. And you have to remember a couple of methods. Non-static methods can be invoked with the help of string tokenizer object. Then you can get the pieces of that string. Understood? Can I move to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Right. Next. I will go with another easy one, calendar demo. You can easily complete now. This is also, calendar is an interface and also class. Two things are there actually. And here you can see a factory method, get instance. So here calendar is a class, and here this calendar is an interface. That is a difference. Got it? So here get instance is a factory method, means you are able to create calendar object here, and at the same time you are invoking get instance method, and as a whole referred by cl is a reference. And why it is required, with the help of that you can invoke get method. Get what? It is a parameterized method. In a date, date will be there, month will be there, year will be there. Similarly, in time, hour will be there, minute will be there, second will be there. I want to display all these things, and all these things are static and final variables. Date, month, year, hour, minute, second, these are all static and final variables present inside calendar class. Okay, that's why. And this calendar dot date, why we have given like that, I told you. So these are all static and final. I told you, whenever static and final variables, so called fields, generally JavaScript people mention them, if at all they are predefined, they named them in capital letters. Okay, easy to remember, you can recognize just by seeing the capital letters. That's why make it a habit, if you want to create any static and final variable, of course you have to use the keywords static, final, all these things, but make it a habit to go with capital letters. That's why you might have remembered, recollect that interface. I have created a couple of interfaces belonging to parents, one father interface, the other one mother. And in that we discussed about heights and properties. ht, ht1, ht2, prop1, prop2, all of them are capital letters, even though they are my own what you call variables, because we just followed the rules. Of course, user defined, you can use small letters also, but better you follow rules. You can identify them easily. So here also same story, but predefined. They're all present in calendar class. And this should be given as an argument to get method. Very simple job. Get is the method. You can easily remember. If you want month, year, or date, or hour, minute, right now the second working, second going on. So simply use get method. And how to invoke get? So you have to create a reference that is holding the calendar object, and you have to invoke get instance. Get instance will create the current instance. It depends upon system battery again. My battery is, I think it is correct. Let me check my mobile. 938. Yeah, it is correct. Battery is good enough. It's working fine. So data also, yeah, everything right. So first you have to remember get instance method. It's a static method present in calendar class. Moreover, it's a factory method. And then get method you have to remember. And how to invoke get using that reference, that calendar object. So cl dot get within bracket, same story. Calendar dot date, calendar dot month, calendar dot year, hour, minute, second. That is very simple, right? And one important thing I want to tell you, only for year you have to give like this. If you don't give like this, what will happen? I will tell you. See, I will execute this program. I made a comment intentionally because you need to give this. If you don't give this, something wrong will happen. What is the current year? It is 2022. Oh, sorry, for month. Just a minute. Yeah, yeah, not for year. For month, you have to give like that. For month. Wait, I will show you that. Just one second. Calendar demo. You can see 22 8. But what is the month? What is the month right now? Eighth month or ninth month? This is.
Ninth, sir.
That is a problem. Because what JavaScript people have done, January they considered as 0th month. So that September, what we have to do? How to get September? It is going to be 8. How to make it 9? Tell me. You have to increment by 1 unit. Got it? One second. Got it? Now, what happened? 9? So, what is
Yes, sir.
adjustment? See, adjustment is this. So, calendar dot month, but you are not displaying here. You are just retrieving. What is pulled into MM? September is not pulled actually. What is pulled? August, 1 month before. Is it not? Because indexing starts from 0, no? It will count January as 0, February,